Thanks for watching Numbskull News, and today we're talking about the Cowboys. The 2022 season is upon us. Give me some of that glory hole. We're going to look at what the Cowboys did in the offseason. Then I'm going to throw out there my expectations for the Cowboys this season and break down their schedule and kind of see where I come up win-loss wise. But let's start with that offseason that everyone was bitching about. We lost Randy Gregory, and the Cowboys made all kinds of moves, trading off Amari Cooper, not re-signing Cedric Wilson and some other things, trying to get that $70 million to give to Randy Gregory, which was stupid in the first place. We had no business paying this guy $70 freaking million. If the Broncos want to pay him $70 million, have at it. That's fine. With his track record of getting high all the time and getting busted, and that he's going to like the most cannabis welcoming state ever, good luck. All that language in the contract, right? That's what he was pissed about. Well, guess what, dumbass? That same language, that's in the collective bargaining agreement. So the Denver Broncos can cut you as soon as you end up getting busted one more time and having to sit out for a year again. Because let's not forget, he's in the protocol. Just because the NFL didn't take the pot thing seriously anymore, they're still going to test people in the protocol. And you're still going to get suspended if you come up positive. Period. End of story. Randy Gregory will always get tested. He'll always be in the protocol. He's one bad test away from being gone for a year. And on top of that, when was the last time Randy Gregory got 10 sacks? Someone please tell me when the last time he got 10 sacks was. I can't recall the last time he got 10 sacks. And I know he does a lot of things other than that. He's a good player. All right, he'll have quarterback hurries. He's not bad against the run. But is he worth $70 million at what, age 30? No. That was stupid ass for the Cowboys to do that anyway. And now you could really use an Amari Cooper because you got nobody left except for CeeDee Lamb and a bunch of rookies. He would really help right now. And if you weren't trying to clear the space, you may have held on to him a little bit longer and possibly get a little bit more than a fifth freaking rounder for him. And if nothing else, you would have re-signed Cedric Wilson. He didn't get a ton of money. Now, if you look at all the free agents that Dallas decided to pass on, your Von Millers or Bobby Wagners of the world, I just wasn't excited giving those guys ass tons of money when they're well into their 30s. I know they're great players. They're probably Hall of Famers. But the Cowboys, when was the last big-time free agent we went out and got? Dion? I think that's the last big-time free agent that I could remember. The Cowboys really don't do that. And if they do, they want you to be in your prime, not post-prime. Which that leads us to the draft. And I think the Cowboys did pretty well in the draft. And so far in the preseason, that's turned out. Tyler Smith can play. Jake Ferguson, tight end, 4th round. He can play. Jalen Tolbert. From the little we've seen, there's been some flashes. I think he can play. And he's going to get a lot of time to play until Michael Gallup gets back. Now, the one thing that did piss me off was the Tyler Smith pick. Because I was really big on this guy, the other Tyler Linderbaum, who ended up going to the Ravens one pick later. When the Ravens snatched that guy up right after you, that means he had incredible value because Baltimore is one of the best drafting teams in the league, and they have been that for the last 25 years. Now, Dallas has been pretty good themselves over the last 8 to 10 years. And so far, they've been right, I think, at least from what we've seen. We don't really know, but just preseason-wise, Tyler Smith has been a pretty legit badass at left guard. Now, they may, just because of injuries, have to throw him out there to left tackle, which I don't know if he's really ready for all that or not. And they just signed Peters, long time left tackle in this league, and he may have to sit out a couple weeks till he's ready to go. So, we'll see what happens. Hey, if this kid can come in and lock down the left tackle spot, it may be worth that pick. And I may have to backtrack on the whole Linderbaum thing. But right now, I'm always more excited to get the absolute best at a position than to get a guy who is rated like 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th at the position. All right, well, let's get to the expectations of the Dallas Cowboys, which my expectations are that they win the division yet again. And it should be relatively easy. You know, when you have there's no doubt Dak Prescott is the best quarterback in this division, and it's not close. You know, I don't care what all these dumbass media heads in the northeast of this country, you know, that they always want to talk up the freaking Philadelphia Eagles all the time. Oh, look out, you know, Jalen Hurts, and, you know, the Eagles had a great draft, and that's all I hear every year. They pump up their quarterback, they pump up their draft, and what does it really mean? Most of the time, jack shit. So I know there hasn't been a repeat winner of this division in a long time, but I think you're fixing to see it, and you should see it. Because this should be at worst, a top 10 defense. It really should be in the top 5. And I know you lost Randy Gregory, but you got plenty of players that are going to be really good. And a lot of young players that are going to be coming into their own like Diggs. So let's break down the schedule, and I'll show you how they should easily win this division. Okay, week 1, loss, Bucks. I know, Tom Brady's back. And that's the thing about the Cowboys, okay? They don't beat playoff teams in the regular season. At least they haven't in the last several years. So I'm kind of going off of that. They don't really beat playoff teams, legit teams. Bengals week 2, loss. They were in the Super Bowl last year. Cowboys, for whatever reason, won't be able to find a way to beat them. Hopefully they're competitive. Week 3, Giants. That's a win. Giants suck. Week 4, Washington. Guess what? That's another win. Yeah, I fully expect them to roll this division this year. And I should say, really, roll it again. Week 5, Rams, loss. Just that simple. You know, Super Bowl winner, Super Bowl champ. They're going to lose. Week 6, Eagles, win. Week 7, Lions, win. All right, you're starting to see what I'm talking about. Teams that suck, and by the way, every team in this division sucks. Week 8, Bears. Now, depending on their young quarterback, how good he is, that may be a very competitive game. I think their defense will still be pretty good. The run game might be pretty good. But Dak Prescott right now is just a better quarterback than anything they have. Week 9, Packers, Aaron Rodgers. Now, we have beat Aaron Rodgers in the regular season before. But I'm just going off of what I've seen in the last several years, and that is we suck against playoff teams. So that I have down as a loss. Vikings, Kirk Cousins, win. We seem to beat the hell out of Kirk Cousins every time. Week 11, Giants, sweep. We win again. Week 12, Colts. Now, they just got Matt Ryan, and they may be pretty good. I think they could definitely get into the playoffs in the AFC. But it's up in the air. I don't really know what the Colts are going to look like. You know, it looks like they have a good defense. They got some weapons on offense. They definitely have a nice young running back. But, you know, let's just see what happens. But right now I got that as a question mark. They can possibly win it, possibly lose it. It's a 50-50 game to me. Week 13, Texans, win. Week 14, the Jags. Now, I think that young quarterback, Lawrence, I actually think he's going to be pretty good. It's hard to judge a kid like that coming into a really suck-ass organization. But that's an organization that likes to spend money, you know. And all the people that were mad about the Cowboys not spending enough money this offseason, the Jags spend shit tons of money every offseason, and they suck. So that doesn't exactly always work. Okay, the Rams got lucky. Week 15, Eagles, that's a win. I got them sweeping every team 6-0 in the division yet again. Week 16, Titans, and to me that's a 50-50 game as well. Now, the Titans should be a playoff team, but you never know. That division's getting a little tougher every year for them to come up and win. They should be a playoff team in the AFC. But, you know, like again, for right now, preseason-wise, I got that as a 50-50 game, question mark. Last game of the year, Washington. Like I said, Cowboys complete the sweep of the NFC East for the second year in a row. Win versus the Washington Commanders. What a dumbass freaking name that is. So where does that leave us? That means I think the Cowboys will finish somewhere between 11-6 and 13-4. That depends on what happens with the Colts and the Titans game. Somewhere between 11-6, 12-5, 13-4, somewhere in there. That's where the Cowboys are going to finish up. And then we're going to go to the playoffs, right? Now, I depending on what happens and what happens with some of the other teams, if we can actually beat the Colts and the Titans, possibly you're looking at a first round bye, maybe at least be competitive for it. It's going to be tough. The Packers are damn good. The Niners are going to be good again. I think the Rams are going to be really good again. But so it's going to be competitive to get there, but you'll at least have a shot. If nothing else, the Cowboys will have at least one home game in the playoffs, and chances are they'll get beat again. Look, it's conceivable Dak gets hot in the playoffs and you go on a run. I just haven't really seen that yet. I've seen him be pretty good in the playoffs, but I've seen him be good in the second half of playoff games. I've seen him come in and look like crap for the first half. You get behind, he brings you back, but can't bring you all the way back. Or you're facing Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers always has that last-minute freaking throw to a tight end right on the sideline to set him up for a game-winning field goal. You know what I'm talking about? That kind of shit. But that's my prediction. Somewhere between 11 and 13 wins. You're going to get a high seed in the playoffs if, and a possibility, you get that bye week, and then you're probably going to lose the first game. You're probably not getting to the NFC Championship game. Even if you do win a game, it's probably just going to be enough, like wild card weekend, that'll get you into the divisional round, and then you'll lose there to somebody. Because that's what I've seen from the Cowboys over and over again. And I don't expect anything better. And I think that's just enough to get Mike McCarthy fired. And then, which I don't think he's a bad coach. I just don't. But possibly he's not good enough. Possibly he's not the guy. I'm still pulling for the guy. I'm hoping that he can pull some shit out and we can go on a run in the playoffs. Maybe NFC Championship game. I think that's what everyone wants to get there. You want to get to the Final Four. But I just don't trust the Cowboys to get there. I don't trust them with Dak, an overpaid quarterback. Really good quarterback. Franchise quarterback. Overpaid quarterback. I'll believe it when I see it. Anyway, that's all I got on this. And let's have fun this season, damn it. The Cowboys are going to be good, so there's a good time to be had. Anyway, I'll be back with some other crap later. Bye.